Can you believe it? There are still countries around the world where Indians are completely banned from entering in 2024 and 2025. This might come as a surprise, but the truth is, some places on this planet simply don't welcome people from the world's most populous country. Let's dive into the list of 10 countries where Indians are not allowed to set foot, and the real reasons behind these bans will shock you. In recent years, we've seen an increasing trend of travel restrictions worldwide. Whether it's due to political tensions, health crises like the COVID-19 pandemic, or heightened security concerns, nations are becoming more cautious about who they let across their borders. For Indians, this is particularly important. As the world's largest democracy with a growing global footprint, India has strong ties with many countries. But as global dynamics shift, so too do the rules of engagement. In this rapidly changing landscape, it's crucial to stay informed about where you can and cannot go. So, what are the reasons behind these potential bans, and which countries are tightening their borders? Let's dive into the details and find out. With these factors in mind, let's explore the top 10 countries where Indian travelers might face restrictions by 2025. 10. Turkey diplomatic rifts and visa complications. Turkey, a country that straddles Europe and Asia, has long been a favored destination for Indian tourists. Its rich history, vibrant culture, and stunning landscapes have made it a popular choice for travelers. However, in recent years, Turkey's diplomatic relations with India have grown increasingly strained. These tensions are largely due to differing stances on global conflicts and regional security issues. Turkey has been vocal in its support of Pakistan on the Kashmir issue, a stance that has not gone unnoticed in India. This has led to a cooling of relations between the two countries, which could have implications for travel. Visa complications are already a concern, as the Turkish government has begun tightening visa policies for Indian nationals, making it more difficult to obtain the necessary documentation for travel. If diplomatic relations continue to deteriorate, it's possible that Turkey could impose a complete travel ban on Indian nationals by 2025. For those who have long dreamed of visiting Istanbul's Grand Bazaars or the ancient city of Ephesus, this potential ban could be a significant disappointment. It would also impact business travelers and those with familial ties in Turkey. 9. Saudi Arabia labor market reforms and geopolitical shifts. Saudi Arabia has been a major destination for Indian workers, particularly in the construction, oil, and service industries. The kingdom's ambitious Vision 2030 plan aims to diversify its economy and reduce its dependence on oil. However, it also includes significant labor market reforms that could affect foreign workers. As Saudi Arabia seeks to increase employment opportunities for its citizens, it may tighten regulations on work visas for foreign nationals, including those from India. The kingdom has already started to reduce the number of visas issued to foreign workers in certain sectors. Geopolitical factors also play a role. Saudi Arabia's shifting alliances in the Middle East, coupled with its evolving relationship with India's neighbors, could lead to stricter entry requirements for Indians. If Saudi Arabia aligns more closely with countries that are not on friendly terms with India, this could result in stricter entry requirements. A reduction in work visas would be particularly challenging for the large Indian expatriate community in Saudi Arabia. Additionally, stricter entry requirements could impact Indian Muslims who travel to Saudi Arabia for religious pilgrimages. 8. China border disputes and strategic rivalry. The relationship between India and China has always been complex, marked by competition, cooperation, and occasional conflict. In recent years, however, the relationship has become increasingly strained, particularly over border disputes in the Himalayas and economic competition on the global stage. The ongoing border skirmishes between Indian and Chinese troops have led to a significant deterioration in relations. These disputes are not just about territory, they are a reflection of the broader strategic rivalry between the two nations. In response to these tensions, China has already begun implementing more stringent visa regulations for Indian nationals. This includes increased scrutiny of visa applications and longer processing times. If the situation continues to escalate, it is conceivable that China could impose a complete travel ban on Indian nationals. This would have far-reaching implications for trade, tourism, and educational exchanges between the two countries. China has been a popular destination for Indian students pursuing higher education, particularly in fields like medicine and engineering. A travel ban would disrupt the academic plans of thousands of students and affect Indian businesses with ties to China. as well as tourists eager to explore Chinese culture and history. 7. Australia shifting immigration policies and economic concerns. Australia has long been a preferred destination for Indian students and professionals. Its high-quality education system, strong job market, and multicultural society have attracted many Indians to its shores. However, the Australian government has been gradually tightening its immigration policies in response to economic and social pressures. Australia, like many other countries, has been grappling with the economic fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic. This has led to increasing concerns about job security for locals, prompting the government to prioritize Australian citizens in the job market. Immigration policy shifts in recent years have made it more difficult for foreign nationals, including Indians, to obtain work and student visas. These changes are part of a broader effort to manage population growth and ensure that immigration benefits the Australian economy. While a complete travel ban is unlikely, the Australian government may continue to introduce more stringent visa requirements, making it harder for Indians to enter the country for work, study, or even tourism. For Indian students hoping to study in Australia, these changes could mean tougher competition for visas and fewer opportunities to work after graduation. Indian professionals seeking to migrate to Australia may also face more hurdles, particularly in securing long-term residency. 6. Germany nationalism, EU regulations, and immigration scrutiny. Germany, one of Europe's leading economies, has been a magnet for Indian professionals and students. However, the rise of nationalism and increasing concerns about immigration across Europe have led to more restrictive policies, both in Germany and at the EU level. Germany has witnessed a rise in nationalist sentiment, partly in response to the large influx of refugees and migrants in recent years. This has influenced public opinion and, by extension, immigration policies. Stricter EU regulations. As a member of the European Union, Germany is also subject to EU-wide regulations that impact immigration. These regulations have become increasingly stringent, reflecting broader concerns about security and integration. Indian nationals seeking to work or study in Germany may find it more challenging to secure visas and residence permits. This could affect not only students and professionals but also tourists and those visiting family members in Germany. Germany has a growing Indian diaspora, particularly in cities like Berlin and Munich. Stricter immigration policies could make it harder for family members to visit or join their relatives in Germany, potentially disrupting family reunifications and long-term settlement plans. 5. Malaysia ethnic tensions, policy changes, and regional politics. Malaysia, with its diverse population and vibrant culture, has been a significant destination for Indian travelers, particularly those with familial or cultural ties to the country. However, rising ethnic tensions and shifts in domestic policies could lead to more stringent entry requirements for Indian nationals. Malaysia's multi-ethnic society includes a significant Indian minority, but this diversity has also led to periodic tensions between different communities. These tensions could influence immigration policies, making it more difficult for Indian nationals to enter the country. Policy shifts in Malaysia have been known to change frequently, often in response to domestic political pressures. This unpredictability could result in tighter visa regulations for Indians, particularly in the context of regional politics and Malaysia's relationships with neighboring countries. For Indian tourists, stricter entry requirements could make it harder to visit Malaysia's popular destinations, such as Kuala Lumpur and Penang. Additionally, Indian businesses with interests in Malaysia could face challenges in securing visas for their employees, potentially impacting trade and investment between the two countries. 4. Canada re-evaluating immigration policies and balancing economic needs. Canada has long been a preferred destination for Indian students, professionals, and immigrants. The country's welcoming immigration policies, high quality of life, and strong economy have made it a top choice for many Indians looking to study, work, or settle abroad. However, recent shifts in Canada's immigration policy suggest that the country might be moving towards a more selective approach. Canada has been experiencing rapid population growth, much of which is driven by immigration. While this growth has contributed to the country's economic success, it has also raised concerns about housing, infrastructure, and job availability. In response, the Canadian government is considering reforms to its immigration policies to ensure that they align with the country's long-term economic needs. Indian students make up a significant portion of the international student population in Canada. However, Changes in student visa policies, including stricter eligibility criteria and reduced post-graduation work opportunities, could make it more difficult for Indian students to study in Canada. These changes may be aimed at managing the influx of international students and ensuring that the education system can accommodate them. For many Indians, studying or working in Canada is a pathway to permanent residency (PR). However, with potential changes to PR eligibility criteria and the points-based immigration system, it may become harder for Indians to qualify for PR status in the future. This could affect those who are already in Canada as well as those planning to immigrate. Stricter immigration policies could also affect Indian families looking to reunite in Canada and skilled workers seeking to enter the Canadian job market. The government may prioritize immigrants with specific skills that are in high demand, potentially limiting opportunities for others. 3. United Kingdom post-Brexit immigration policies and economic uncertainty. The United Kingdom has undergone significant changes since Brexit, and its immigration policies have been a major area of focus. The UK has traditionally been a top destination for Indian students, professionals, and tourists, but the post-Brexit environment has led to a more cautious approach to immigration. With Brexit, the UK has regained full control over its immigration policies, leading to a shift towards a points-based system that prioritizes skilled workers. While this system is designed to attract talent, it also places restrictions on who can enter the country, potentially making it more difficult for Indian nationals to qualify for visas. The UK government has introduced stricter visa requirements, including higher language proficiency standards and more rigorous financial criteria. These changes could affect Indian students seeking to study in the UK, as well as professionals looking to work in sectors that are not prioritized under the new system. Indian nationals who have traditionally relied on the UK for education, employment, or family reunification may find it more challenging to secure visas. The UK's focus on reducing net migration could result in fewer opportunities for Indians to move to or visit the country. Economic uncertainty in the UK has also been impacted by Brexit, leading to concerns about job security and economic stability. This uncertainty could influence immigration policies further, with the UK government potentially becoming more selective about who it allows to enter and stay in the country. 2. United States H-1 billion visa program and security concerns. The United States has always been a major destination for Indian nationals, particularly those seeking opportunities in education, technology, and healthcare. However, recent changes in U.S. immigration policies, particularly regarding the H-1 billion visa program, have raised concerns about the future of Indian migration to the U.S. The H-1 billion visa is a critical pathway for Indian professionals, especially in the tech industry, to work in the U.S. However, the program has come under increased scrutiny in recent years, with calls for reforms to prioritize American workers and limit the number of H-1 billion visas issued. These reforms could include higher salary thresholds, more rigorous eligibility criteria, and stricter enforcement of visa regulations. The U.S. has also tightened its immigration policies in response to security concerns, particularly in the context of global terrorism and cybersecurity threats. This has led to increased vetting of visa applicants and longer processing times, making it more challenging for Indian nationals to secure visas. Indian professionals who have traditionally relied on the H-1 billion visa to work in the U.S. may find it more difficult to obtain or renew their visas. This could lead to a decline in the number of Indians working in the U.S., particularly in the tech sector. Indian students seeking to study in the U.S. may also face challenges due to stricter visa requirements and higher costs. Additionally, Indian tourists planning to visit the U.S. may encounter more rigorous entry procedures and longer wait times for visa approval. 1. Pakistan long-standing tensions and near-total travel ban. It's no surprise that Pakistan tops the list of countries where Indian nationals might face the most severe travel restrictions. The relationship between India and Pakistan has been fraught with tension for decades, and recent developments suggest that the situation could worsen. Long-standing tensions between the two countries have resulted in a complex and often hostile relationship. These tensions have been exacerbated by issues such as the Kashmir conflict, cross-border terrorism, and diplomatic disputes. Existing travel restrictions already impose strict limitations on Indian nationals, requiring special permissions and lengthy visa processes. These restrictions are often implemented in response to political developments and security concerns. Given the ongoing tensions, It's conceivable that Pakistan could impose a near-total travel ban on Indian nationals by 2025. This would mean that only a select few, such as diplomats or individuals with special permissions, would be allowed to enter the country. A complete travel ban would have profound implications for Indian families with ties to Pakistan, as well as for pilgrims who travel to Pakistan for religious reasons. It would also further strain diplomatic relations between the two countries. Essential steps for Indian travelers to navigate travel bans and stricter visa requirements in 2024-2025. As the possibility of travel bans and stricter visa requirements for Indian travelers becomes a growing concern, taking proactive steps can be essential in ensuring that international plans are not derailed. One of the most important things travelers can do is stay informed about the latest developments. Governments regularly update their travel advisories and visa regulations, often in response to changing political climates or global events. By frequently checking official government websites and following reliable news outlets, Indian nationals can stay ahead of any potential restrictions that might affect their travel plans. It's crucial to have a clear understanding of the entry requirements of the countries you intend to visit, as policies can shift unexpectedly. Additionally, it may be wise to consider alternative destinations if certain countries become more difficult to access due to travel bans or complex visa processes. While some regions may impose stricter regulations, there are still plenty of countries that maintain more welcoming policies for Indian travelers. For example, many nations in Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America continue to offer relatively easy entry processes and are becoming increasingly attractive for tourism, study, and employment opportunities. By broadening your scope, you might discover exciting new destinations that are less restrictive and offer unique experiences. Equally important is preparing your travel documents well in advance. A smooth travel experience hinges on having all necessary documentation, such as valid passports, visas, and travel insurance, organized ahead of time. Delays or last-minute issues with paperwork can lead to unnecessary stress or even prevent you from traveling altogether. Securing these documents early allows for the extra time needed to address any unexpected problems that could arise, such as delays in visa processing or new travel health requirements. Beyond individual preparation, diplomatic efforts play a vital role in shaping the broader travel landscape for Indian nationals. The Indian government is actively engaging in dialogues with foreign nations to ensure that bilateral relationships remain strong, which can help avoid the imposition of sweeping travel bans or overly restrictive policies. These diplomatic channels are essential in fostering goodwill and maintaining open borders for both business and leisure travel. For those facing more complex issues, such as visa rejections or difficulties navigating the immigration system, seeking legal advice from immigration experts can be an invaluable step. These professionals have in-depth knowledge of visa policies and international travel regulations, and they can offer guidance that may significantly improve your chances of success. Whether it's understanding how to appeal a visa denial or navigating tricky entry requirements, legal experts can provide much-needed clarity and support. By taking these steps, staying informed, considering alternative destinations, preparing your documents, relying on diplomatic efforts, and seeking legal advice when needed, Indian travelers can better navigate the uncertainty and ensure smoother, less stressful international travel experiences. As we've explored, the restrictions and bans on Indian travelers in certain countries for 2024 and 2025 are surprising, but they also highlight the ever-changing landscape of global travel. While these limitations may seem discouraging, they also serve as a reminder of the importance of staying informed and prepared before making any travel plans. The reasons behind these bans vary, ranging from diplomatic tensions to regional policies, and it's crucial for Indian nationals to stay updated on the latest travel advisories. By doing so, you can explore alternative destinations that are more welcoming and continue to enjoy travel experiences across the globe. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, share it with others who may benefit from this information, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for more insights and updates on travel, international policies, and tips to navigate the changing world. Your support helps us bring you more valuable content, so hit that subscribe button and stay connected.